Hello and welcome back to Flight Sim World. Thank you very much for joining me in this episode, this video, and today we are going to be looking at this, The Last Frontier DLC, currently available on Steam at £6.99, down from £9.99 on the normal price, which is, I believe that would be £9.99 would be about $13.50ish or thereabouts. So you're looking at about $13.50ish at the moment. Like I said, it's £6.99, so you're looking at about $10 or thereabouts. So The Lost Frontier, let's go dive straight into it. Over the next few episodes, maybe this one, the next one, and maybe the one after, I'll be looking at a few of these, probably look at some of the shorter ones, so potentially I might look at, we're going to start today with this one here, Salmon Lake. We're going to do Salmon Lake, and then I might do cold storage, I might do convoy, I might, yeah, I'll have a look. So let's see how many there are in total, first of all. We've got 1, 2, 3 there, 4, 5, 6. We've got 7 missions. So 7 missions included. Total time is what? That's 1 hour 20 there. That's going to be 2.5 hours there. We've got 2.5 hours plus that. So we've got about 3 hours worth of missions in this. So let's have a look. We're going to jump straight into this one, Salmon Lake. Fly to Salmon Lake cabin to drop off a passenger at her holiday destination. Okay. The flight planner doesn't give me any information. It says easy, so this shouldn't be too difficult for us. So let's have a look. Let's load it in and see what we get. I do have head tracking running this time around. I don't know how well it's going to run. Like I said, I've been having problems with it for the past few runs. Not just in Flight Sim World, but mostly in Flight Sim World. But then again, where else do I use it? I use it in Assetto Corsa. It's been absolutely fine in Assetto Corsa. It's been a little bit problematic in Euro Truck Simulator, but it definitely has been the most problematic in Flight Sim World, but that's okay. Excuse me, my voice is just disappearing there. So hopefully this doesn't take too long to load, and let's see exactly what we get out of this. It could be an interesting one. There we go. It looks like the loading's just about done. At least where it's stopping. I assume that's the loading almost done. Almost, or perhaps not. It looks like it's continuing along for a little while longer. There we go, right. Pre-flight, same thing. Flight planner doesn't tell me much. It does tell me that we've got isolated isolated snow flurries and broken clouds. We're in Sitka, which is Papa Alpha Sierra India. This is obviously very, very north. So here we have it. Looks a little windy, actually. Does look rather windy.
How cool was the trip?
Yeah, it was great. The scenery is so beautiful around here.
Let's bring this up.
Well, I think you'll see many more fantastic things whilst here. Salmon Lake we're off today. That's equally impressive. All right, let's get going. Sitka traffic, 0 Charlie Charlie is a white Piper Cub amphibian taxiing to runway.
Right. Looks like movement's good. Okay, let's get moving. So initially we're just going to... We've just informed them that we're moving. Taxiway, let's go here. We'll take this taxiway, which I'm not sure what it is because it's not labeled from this area, but we'll take this one and then we'll go down to what I assume is going to be Alpha. Yep, very smooth today, actually. The head tracking is very smooth, so I'm quite happy about that, which is always good. Kill the power.
Airbus 321 is on a 4-mile final runway 11 Sitka.
Okay, so we've got to be careful of an Airbus coming into land. A321. I don't think they'd say Airbus 321. Surely they would say... maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's a private Airbus, so it doesn't have a... Yeah, it doesn't have Air France or anything, so they're not going to say... behind Air France or behind Speedbird, or, well, I suppose they'd say British Airways, wouldn't they? They wouldn't say Speedbird. Yeah, this does look like this is Alpha all the way down. We'll just cruise up here. Obviously 4-mile final, so there we go. We can see the Airbus. Very nice. I'll get rid of the log for now. I want to try and get past the little arrow just so we can see the Airbus coming into land, which...
Wait a minute for an Airbus to land. When it passes, we can enter the runway, and once it announces it's clear of the runway, we're good to take off.
Here it comes. Very nice, very nice. Not sure if it's safe for us to enter the runway yet. We haven't been told that we can enter the runway. But I mean, there's no other traffic, so I am going to enter the runway at this point in time. And
traffic 0 Charlie,
there we go.
Charlie is entering and lining up runway 11, turning to 080 degrees after takeoff.
And we don't have to say degrees.
To get to the lake, very quick flow.
We don't have to say degrees. It should just be
onto a heading of 80 degrees.
80 degrees.
To a cove right around the corner, and then we're already pretty much there. Easy. Weather is fine. Slight winds from the south. And
Bring the flaps down.
Interesting. We'll be landing on the lake. Ever landed on water before?
No, I used to work in the Coast Guard, so I'm used to rocking about on the water.
Oh, we got a Coast Guard, former Coast Guard. Alright, well, right, so we're going to take off and then turn heading 080. Currently we are headed, currently we're headed, interestingly enough, we're headed on the runway 11, but that's not really giving us the runway. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's because that's on the OBS. Duh. Such an idiot. There we go, so runway 11, yeah, we should be good, and then we're going to turn left on that, so that's fine. Let's do this. Wait, we've got to wait for that Airbus to be clear of the runway. I can still see, right, if we just zoom in there, there's the Airbus, coming back down the runway. So we're just going to sit here and wait for a little while. There we go, the Airbus is now turning off. We should be clear to go, so like I said, we're going to take off. Or like the pilot said, we're going to take off and then turn. We're going to turn right, heading 080.
Sitka traffic. Snowball 324 is vacated 11.
Oh, Snowball 324 is the name of the. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, runway's clear. Let's go.
Let's go. I wish that wasn't there all the time. I wish that disappeared after a little while, but oh well.
Sitka traffic 0 Charlie Charlie is rolling runway 11.
Adventure, here I come.
We'll take off at about 50 miles an hour. It looks pretty good to take off. Come on, up we go. There we go. Little bit windy. Little bit windy. We'll bring the flaps in. Now we'll bring that gear in because we're going to be doing a water landing. We'll power up all the way.
Positive rate. Gear can come up. We can start to turn.
Right, heading 080. Which is actually this way. Let's turn left heading 080. Not turn right. What an idiot. And that is 080. Fantastic. Alright, we'll maintain that sort of heading. Actually, that's not 080 quite just yet.
First time in Alaska.
Ah, there we go. We're in Alaska.
Northwest, that's about it. I saw
There we go.
Alaska for the first time from a ship. I knew I had to return someday.
Yeah, I know what you mean. When I visited, I made my mind up pretty quick. This is now my permanent home, which means I can give you a top tip. Don't leave any food or packages outside your cabin. There's got bears around these parts.
Hadn't thought about that. Anything else that's good to know?
Well, depending on how long you're staying here, always make sure you have enough dry firewood, food and water, just in case the weather takes a turn for the worse and you get snowed in.
I think the cabin website said there's emergency supplies in a storage room. Better read up on that.
See, I'm actually quite. I like the dynamic of talking. That's pretty good. I do like that dynamic. So, am I just essentially headed this way? We're not. I mean, I don't feel like we should be climbing far more than we have. So, I'm not too sure. I know we're landing on a lake, so I'm not going to continue climbing up too much. It's a pretty short journey for sure. Very, very certainly a short journey. Look out that side again. That's like the bay, I assume. Alright, let's really level ourselves off here. Do we not have a vertical speed indicator on this? We do not. That's fine though, because we can work it out for ourselves. And it's pretty good weather, so I feel like we should be able to maintain the speed that we're at, which is just slightly into the caution zone. But it should be okay, given that the weather is very smooth. Very slight winds. There are very slight winds, but that's okay again. And we're trimmed up pretty nicely, I would say. Descending ever so slightly, but that's completely alright again. I'm going to bring back the power once again. I'm not sure where we're supposed to be headed now, to be completely honest. I'm just going to continue flying this direction. And there's a lake that way. There's a lake this way.
So we need to go into the valley to our right here, turn right around the hill, and then continue flying through the valley over the water.
Okay,
How
so
cold does it usually get around this time
we'll
of
go
year?
this way.
It varies day to day, but don't expect the temperature to rise above 30 degrees Fahrenheit. In the evening it can easily get down to -4, which is why you're going to need that firewood.
Really bring back the power. So we've got to go right here.
Salmon Lake is up on the right. This body of water goes all the way up to it.
Right, and we just follow this all the way. Okay, that's fine by me. So we just go right of this hill over here. Wait, do we go right of that hill or... No, because that's just a little alcove, it looks like. It's snowing over here. It could be this hill. No, oh, that body of... Yeah, okay. So I assume we're turning into this. No, we can't be turning into that. We must be following this around. See, the problem is it's not giving us... There isn't enough instruction here to where we're supposed to be going. There aren't any maps to show us. That can't be... Yeah, it can't be that way. But it looks like I've got to follow this all the way. We'll just keep ourselves down. I'll lower the power even more, I guess. We're at 1,500 feet, and I feel like that's a pretty good speed to be. Pretty good altitude, sorry. Get good views over here of the area. It is snowing. So that's part of the valley. I assume we've got to go around here and then to the right. I really don't know. Like, honestly, I have no idea. It says this body of water goes all the way, so that's exactly what I'm hoping for. We'll just trim up slightly. I think we're descending a little bit too low.
Nearly there. In the valley, slightly to our right, is Salmon Lake, and the cabin you'll be staying.
Alright, so we've got to get into the lake on the right. Right, this is going to be interesting. There's a lake to our left. Ah, there's a salmon lake. Right. Alright, so we're going to be landing on the water here. I see the lake. This is going to be interesting. We'll start descending into the lake right now. Almost at idle power. Maintaining the speed. In fact, you know what? I will idle it now. Completely at idle power. And we'll bring it down. We'll bring it down very nicely. Nice and smooth. Deliver our passenger textures here could do with some improving. You can see the tiling. That's not ideal. Trim slightly up.
Here's the lake. Time to get us down and onto the water.
Yep, time to get us down and onto the water. This is the tough part. Throttling back all the way. Now I am completely at idle here. This is going to be interesting. We'll try and shed off some speed here. Best as I can. There we go, really coming down to the lake.
Hold on and relax, we're about to touch down.
And just slightly there we go. And bring that down like that, and we are down on the water. And I see some cabins up ahead.
You just need to taxi to the cabin's dock, and then it's time for you to start your adventure.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to get in the cabin.
That actually wasn't so bad. So we just got to dock the... Now we have to dock the plane. That really wasn't so bad. Instruction could have been a little bit better on this first one that I've done. Definitely could have done with better instruction. But all in all, I'm actually quite happy with that single one. It looks to be 30 degrees Fahrenheit, or just below 30 degrees Fahrenheit at this moment in time, which is almost freezing. I think 32 degrees Fahrenheit is freezing point. This looks to be just, actually it's just 20, looks to be about 27 degrees Fahrenheit, so actually it is. Right, what's going on here? Looks like there's some weird shading just here, so we're just going to bring ourselves up to this. I'm actually going to take a look outside as to what's going on here. Yeah, there is some definite weird shading. You can just see it just there, and just there. I'm not sure where or what that's coming from. Let's ease on over. Just going to quickly park the, or dock the boat. Dock the plane, not the boat. In fact, I'll just stop here because I don't know what the collision boxes are like. There we go.
Your luggage, and then you're on your own. See ya.
Huh.
Enjoy your stay.
I actually, I quite like
Okay,
that.
Return to Sitka.
Ah, now we've got to go back. All right, so we'll continue our journey. Turn the aircraft around. Yes, some definite weird shading here. So, right, Sitka is going to be, we take off, and then we've got to turn... What? We're going to have to turn left. We're going to have to turn left, follow it all the way down, and we should be able to get back to Sitka. Alright. Get some flaps out, put the power down, and head back. Alright, ease up off the water, please. Come on. There we go, we're up off the water. Flaps in. Oh, look at the shadow, that's great. We'll get a bit of a sharper climb out here. We've got the power to do it. We're not, again, we're still not in full power. And we're trying to maintain something like 90 knots climb speed. At 500 feet. Enjoyable, actually. Not difficult, but it did say it was easy. So I wasn't expecting anything difficult. Let's go have a look over to this side. So this should only take us about 10 minutes to get back and land the aircraft. So literally a ferry job. Just pick someone up, or a taxi job, I suppose. Right, we'll climb up to, this time I think we'll climb to 2,000 feet and do the exact same thing. So we're going to follow this this body of water here, past the hill, turn to, well, you can see the airport over in the distance quite clearly with the lights. I was supposed to do an update to the lighting. There's a top tip left by somebody in the comments telling me to change something in the config file for clearer lighting. I mean, that's fairly clear over here. The VASI indicators are quite clear, but yeah, we had top tips there. Right, we're at 2,000 feet. I feel like we can sort ourselves out around here. There we go. This aircraft does climb. It really does climb, and it climbs pretty well. Look, we've pretty much got it at what, 90 knots, 1,800 RPM, 2,000-ish feet. I'm just bringing ourselves down to 2,000 feet. Very nicely on the trim. Again, my hands are off the controls at the moment. It's a very easy aircraft to fly. I guess I could cut across this way if I really wanted to. Let me do that. Let's cut across this side. Should just be easy to do that. I mean, the aircraft will be more visible like that than it would be out, you know, at another time. The clouds look very realistic here. The haze looks very realistic in this scenario. It's well set up. Scenario is definitely well set up. So yeah, all in all, this first one, fairly impressed. I can't yet say whether it's worth the money because I've only done one. I need to probably do 2 or 3 to say, you know, what's it worth. This is something you could most likely find online. I'm sure someone in the workshop could come up with ones quite similar to this, but obviously you've got the addition of the speech and everything. But we'll see what the others are like. So the pack in itself, as a whole thing. I mean, the Kahului, is it Kahului? Kahului Air one was really good, albeit bugged in some points, but it was a pretty good. It was a pretty good DLC at the end of it. But we should just have we've got a slight descent going, but I'm actually rather happy with that. Now the question is, what's the circuit going to be? That's what I want to know. I'm assuming I'm landing runway 11. But does it want me to do a left-hand circuit, a right-hand circuit? I'm going to line up like so. And then I should be able to, at a 45-degree angle, like that, I should have a good chance of being able to pick whichever circuit I want, whatever they tell me that they wish me to do.
Sitka traffic, 0 Charlie Charlie is a white Piper Cub amphibian, joining the circuit from the southeast to land, runway 11, Sitka.
Do you want me to repeat that? Joining the circuit from the southeast to land. I'm going to do a left-hand circuit. Actually, no, I'm going to do a right-hand circuit over the water. Maybe I'll just repeat that again because there seems to be no response from ATC. Sitka traffic, 0 Charlie Charlie is a white Piper Cub amphibian joining the circuit from the southeast to land runway 11, Sitka. No response. Well, I'll join a right-hand circuit. And let's get that descent going. fact, the descent is going very nicely. I'm just going to reduce power just a smidge. There we go. Realistically, I think a left-hand circuit would have been better, but since it hasn't told us, maybe going over the water, especially in an aircraft like this, going over the water would be better. And there's no traffic, nobody's taking off at this present moment in time either, so don't have to worry about that. Very smooth frame rates around here, so that's good. Should we get that turn in now? Yeah, let's get that turn going. Why not? We'll keep the landing gears retracted until, I'd say until we're on final actually. Maybe on a base. I might do that on base. Let's really bring this down now. Or bring that throttle back so we can slow the aircraft down. Though realistically, I don't think we need to slow the aircraft down all too much. But there we go, we're now on the downwind leg. Roughly. That is pretty much the downwind leg right there. I think 290 would be the downwind leg for this particular runway. Let's bring the... I think the rate of descent is very good here. I feel like I can actually decrease the rate of descent, which is great. It's going to slow the aircraft down further, which means I can bring a little bit more on the throttles, which is something I'm absolutely fine with. And what I'll do is, I feel like I should probably go out to just before that little outcrop of rock just there and swing it all the way in. I feel like that's probably the wisest of things, so I'm giving myself an extra section of runway. There's my shadow. So yeah, I'm giving myself an extra little section of runway. This thing's in the middle of nowhere. I suppose this place all ices up at some point. Holding 90 knots very nicely. As a matter of fact, it looks like we're trimmed in nicely for 90 knots. We're still above the glide. Very much so above the glide. That's alright though. I think we should land at around... I think 60 knots is a good landing speed for this aircraft. Personally, I feel maybe that's the landing speed I want today. So that's the landing speed I am going to select. Look at those hills out there. Or mountains out there, should I say. Right, we're coming up on this bit of rock here. We're still descending now. We're at 800 feet. I'm going to begin the final turn. So we're going to turn onto base and final and then lower the landing gear. There we go. Nice smooth turn. Not reducing height too much. Or altitude, should I say. We are still too high though. So that's fine. We're going to do this. And we'll continue the turn. Landing gear down. We are now reducing speed and dropping. That's good. Retrim.
Sitka traffic 0 Charlie Charlie is on final for runway 11 Sitka. It might be easier to land if I lower the flaps.
Yes, it might be.
The landing lights should be on.
There we go. We are lined up. Oops. Ooh. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Okay, so once this aircraft gets into the flap operating range, it slows down very, very quickly. That's something I've learnt about this aircraft already. Right. It's actually, like I said, 60 knots is my landing speed today. So let's bring it down nicely. There's an there's an Airbus waiting to take off whilst I come into land. How lovely. Alright, just compensating slightly for the wind. And this should be a very smooth touchdown. There we go. Ailerons into the wind. There we go. Ailerons fully into the wind. Keeps us nice and straight on the runway. Using some rudder deflection. Fantastic. And if you want to know how to land in winds and crosswinds, do go check out my flight sim tutorial series, the Ground Up Advanced Flight Tutorials. Teaches you everything, takeoff, landings, circuits, all about airports, all about runways, traffic patterns. Teaches you about everything in the cockpit that you see, how to fly straight and level, how to correctly turn, what a stall is, how a stall works, how to prevent a stall, how to recover from a stall, so on and so forth. So do go check that out, and everything is explained in as much detail as possible. Right, let's swing the aircraft off using differential brakes down this. We'll vacate the runway so that that Airbus can take off behind us. And with the Airbus taking off behind us, we just have to go to, well, over here. That's all. There we go.
Sitka traffic 0 Charlie Charlie, vacated runway 11, taxi into the GA parking, Sitka.
Sitka traffic, Snowball 324, Airbus 321 is entering runway 11 for takeoff. Flying runway heading to 5,000 feet, then turning right to 130 and climbing to flight level 250, Sitka.
Right, so that's going to climb to 5,000 feet, turn right heading 130, and then climb flight level 250, which is 25,000 feet. So, I have no idea where that aircraft's going, but I wish it well. In fact, should we watch it take off? Yeah, let's watch it take off. Let's watch it take off if we can. I think we'll take the next turning. I don't know whether it's going to... Oh, we may have just missed the rotate. Oh, we missed it. We missed it. That's a shame. It was just rotating just as it went out of our view. That's a shame. That really is a shame. Right. I think this one's a good one to take. No, I'm going to continue down to the next one. I was going to say, can I take this one all the way? But I can't. So I'm going to continue. Not this one. This one looks good. You can see a snowplow on that side. Two of them. Yeah, this looks good to me. Just be aware of any traffic around here. No traffic. And then we'll just suppose we'll just turn past the apron, or we're on the apron, we'll pass the area for traffic, and we will just stick our aircraft here. We should have taken the next one, but that's okay. We'll literally stick our aircraft here, ready to go. See if I can swing her around, actually. So it actually was the next one we were supposed to take, but that's okay. Use the differential brakes to get her all the way around, and that will do nicely for me.
Another flight complete and another happy customer.
No, you know what? That was actually pretty good. I'll be honest, that was actually pretty good. Achievement unlocked, the cabin. We weren't in the air very long. But, you know what? I liked that one. It didn't take 20 minutes. It took longer than 20 minutes. It took more like 30 minutes. But I like that. I did. Just have a look at what else is here. No, you know what? That's where I'm going to end it. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Flight Sim World. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. If you've picked up this DLC and played all the missions, let me know what you think. Next time out, well, let me know as well. Which one do you want me to do next? Elfin Cove, Two Lakes, Cold Storage, Juneau, Juneau Milk Run, maybe that's Juneau, yeah, I think that's Juneau. Juneau Milk Run, Convoy, or Approach to Cake. I like cake. Approach to Cake. Which one of them do you want me to do? And I will see if I can get that done in the next video. So thank you very much for watching. Like I said, and if you're watching this on Twitch, thumbs up and a follow. I would really appreciate that. Last but not least, if you can afford to do so, please consider supporting me on Patreon. You'll find that in the description box below, or you can go to www.patreon.com/ecgadget. I would really appreciate that support, even if it is just $1. Anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough. I will see you guys next time in Flight Sim World.